Здравствуйте, как вы поживаете? И сегодня вечером программа Glazov Gang, и мы очень рады, что вы смотрите нашу передачу. Our guest this evening, Brittany, a conservative TV and movie star and a fan of the Eagles.
That's right.
Michael Chandler, a Provocateur and a Jimi Hendrix fan.
Yes.
When I had the big hair.
And Anne-Marie Murrell, the national director of the Politichicks and a fan of the Beatles, especially of the two songs, Let It Be and Hey Jude.
That's right.
Right?
How did you know that?
Right.
I'm a mind reader. Glazov Gang members, welcome to the Glazov Gang.
Thank you.
Yay. Nice to be here.
And you know what? There's no new members this evening, so we don't really have to talk about the rule because y'all know the rule, right?
Y'all do.
and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you support the rule of the Glazov Gang, Morgan?
I supported 100%.
So on a scale of 1 to 10.
100%.
Okay, Michael?
1 to 10?
Yeah.
11.
Anne-Marie?
10.
A 10? Okay, fantastic. Now, a couple other in-house matters before we begin to discuss the very serious issues of our time. We have so much massive feedback for the various talents on this show, the accents, imitations, etc. Morgan, I got about 1,000 emails about your imitations or impressions of was it the Manhattan accent?
Right.
But they want to hear a little bit of the Virginia accent.
They want the Southern girl. Well, let me just tell you this. Barack Obama, he has got some serious issues, bless his heart. And I just don't know what to do anymore. I mean, this man just does not belong in that position. Bless his heart.
Excellent, excellent. Now, what are some of a movie that they talk like that in? It sounds familiar.
Oh, Gone with the Wind.
Oh, Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, they talk like that.
Okay, can you do, and what else can you do? Can you do Forget About It again or something different?
Well, let me see. Get back into my... All right, listen, Barack Obama, listen. Forget about it. This man doesn't know what he's up to. He doesn't know what he's talking. What can I tell you? I mean, please.
Okay, and who is that? That's excellent.
That is New York.
It's not Jersey?
It's not Jersey, but it's in New York.
Now,
it's in New York.
Morgan, what exactly do they mean, forget about it? It has many meanings. Does
Has
it
many
really
meanings.
mean forget about it?
No.
What does it mean?
No. Forget about it. Means don't talk to me anymore. Just forget about it. Whatever it is you're talking about, forget about it. It's not worth it.
Could it mean something else sometimes? What else
It
can it
probably could. It could probably mean I love you.
Oh, really? Okay, Morgan, thank you so much. I'm going to get so many emails, but we really wanted the Virginia.
Which one you like better?
I love Virginia.
You do?
Just one
You
little
do?
bit more about the Virginia.
Well, I'm so happy to be here. You all can't imagine what a thrill it is for me.
She played Scarlett O'Hara 3 times.
It's
right?
excellent. It's
3
excellent.
times she played Scarlett O'Hara on TV movies.
Fantastic. And thank you very much for watching the Glazov Gang this week. Now, Michael, you are multi-talented. You're a Renaissance man. Before I ask you to entertain our guests, explain a little bit why you're a provocateur and a little bit why are you a Jimi Hendrix fan? Did you have hair like that? Or what?
I had big hair back in the day.
That is so
Can
cool.
we have a picture for the next show to
They have been burned.
I bet my hair was bigger than yours.
It might well have been,
I
but
bet it was.
I enjoyed it at the time.
And you're a provocateur?
Yeah, some of my opinions always tended to make my coworkers and associates crazy. They would say, how can you possibly hold views like that? That's not standard. And of course, it's not standard.
Because you are not a leftist.
I am not a leftist.
Now, we heard some excellent impressions and imitations from Morgan. Do you have one from us for perhaps being from the Caribbean or something
I'm not
else?
from the Caribbean, but nevertheless, sometimes, you got to go with the punches,
Excellent. And Anne-Marie, you're on the spot now. What talents do you bring to us or entertainment?
I speak fluent Canadian.
Okay.
And I'm
This
a
is going to
boat.
be a poke at me, right? Okay, go ahead.
Why would it be a poke at you?
Okay, let's see it.
He's
I'm a boat
self-conscious.
to do it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. I might do it, I might not. I'm thinking I'm a boat to do it.
How about the
I'll
A?
walk
Say
out
the A.
the door.
How about the A at the end of the sentence?
A.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, you didn't mean that in a mean-spirited way, right?
Yes, I did.
A little bit?
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Your mom said that your accent was annoying to her too. She wrote that on your own Facebook page. So
I know.
I'm sorry. It's
I
just
know.
a fact.
I'm working on it. You guys take off, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, from the world of entertainment and fun and laughter to the serious issues of our time, I think it could be said to be a little bit scary and depressing as well. 3 scandals, I think, if that's the minimum. But
What time is
they're
it?
all just coming out. We had Benghazi.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, the IRS targeting conservative groups, and I think it would be fair to say that it's Obama's IRS. Now, it's debatable whether this came from the top. We know that whole argument. But this is happening under the administration.
Right.
So we've got the IRS, and we've got the Justice Department
The AP.
tapping
AP,
into the
yeah.
Associated
AP,
Press,
that's
phone
right.
records, etc. What do you make of all this? And let me begin. Morgan, you also brought it up before the show. I just find it very interesting that the defense of all this from the administration is that they don't know anything that's going on. So let's start with you.
Seriously, it reminds me of Hogan's Heroes. Remember?
Schultz.
Remember Schultz? Sergeant, I
Sergeant
know
Schultz.
nothing.
Nothing.
No, that's not a good imitation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I know nothing.
Yeah, that's good.
Better?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, okay. That's the way it is. I mean, I cannot believe that an administration can be that clueless. But I have a theory about it, if you'd like to hear it.
Let's hear it. Morgan, Brittany's theory on the 3 scandals.
All right. On the one in particular, on Benghazi.
Benghazi.
Okay, let's tackle that one first. I believe, because we don't know where Barack Obama was that whole time.
Okay.
Okay. There were
But
many.
sorry for interrupting, but that's the one when we know there is no cluelessness. The other 2, there's still an argument maybe for to some degree.
It still
but go ahead.
hasn't stuck to him, though.
Right, okay.
It still does not lead up to him. So he disappeared, or he went to bed, or he did whatever he did.
And then he went to Vegas.
I know. I completely believe that the people around him, and I mentioned Valerie Jarrett in particular, I believe that somebody said to Barack Obama, you don't need to know anything. You don't need to know this. Why don't you, we'll take care of it. You don't worry about it. And they distanced him from this
They
situation.
keep him in the dark?
And
Insulated?
they keep it insulated, and so that he is not touched. If you ever look at mafia families, they don't tell their family anything because they don't want repercussions against their family. If their family doesn't know anything, what can happen, right?
Okay.
I think he's such a narcissist, though, that he wouldn't want to not know every single detail.
You know
I don't
something?
know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I don't
really
agree
don't
with that.
know.
I think what he's trying to do is massage everything. He was trying to portray to the American people, and to the world for that matter, that the issue of Islamic terrorism was really not a big deal to start with, and now it's really resolved and closed.
Yeah.
And he's trying to manipulate and massage things because he was on the cusp of an election. And if it came out at the moment that it was first happening, that this big deal was in fact happening, and it was a big deal, then he would have to address the fact that he had not resolved Muslim terrorism.
Right before
Now-
the
And
election.
And that would affect how
Okay.
people would vote.
Okay, now just a sec. But with this IRS thing, you've got, this is low-level people that are just operating, allegedly or probably because they love their daddy, and they're doing this on
But
their
it's
own.
not.
And but then they're saying that their superiors told them to do
That's
it.
right.
But then who, what do you make of that, Anne Marie?
Sarah Hall Ingram. Did y'all hear about that
Oh,
today?
yes.
Did you all? Did you all?
Yes, certainly
I'm
did.
about to tell you about it.
Yeah.
Sarah Hall Ingram was the woman in charge of the IRS while all of the Tea Party and Liberty groups were being targeted. And now she is the head of the IRS Department for Obamacare. And she received from 2009 to 2012, $103,390 in bonuses. Is that a coincidence?
Something very
That's a
dirty
coincidence.
going on.
Yeah,
here. Morgan?
there is something serious. I believe that probably before the 2010 elections, they were getting a little worried about the Tea Party. They saw the numbers. Well, when there was the bloodbath in the 2010 elections, and Obama's really got creamed in the elections, I believe word went down you get rid of these people.
Put
You
pressure on them.
put pressure on these people. You put them out of business. We don't want a redo of this in 2012. We don't want this problem. These are our enemies.
Yeah.
Get rid,
So the
rid
problem
of
is
them.
who, where did it come
That's
from,
exactly
etc.
right.
Now,
Where
Michael, are
did it
you
come
able to
from?
concentrate with beauty surrounding you in terms of the
I'll
guests?
try. I am distracted. I'm
Okay.
waving both ways. What I would say here is that the tone is the issue. Tone is set from the top. Okay?
Yeah.
While you may have mid-level functionaries who have some authority on their own to do various things, nevertheless, the tone is set from the top.
Sure.
And if the tone is set from the top that this president, this party philosophy is opposed to the concept of smaller or shrinking government, shrinking budgets, that government should not do so much, that people should do more for themselves and not be dependent upon government, all those kinds of things play into how the IRS and its people will operate.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, where I'm a bit encouraged, because overall it is so depressing to watch the left in power destroying our country and the left in power in the media defending these scoundrels. I see, at first I thought, okay, another crisis, another scandal, and the leftist media will cover for Obama. But it does look, there are some encouraging signs that it's not just Fox News anymore. There, some of the media is jumping in now. Are you encouraged by that?
Chris
Anne-Marie?
Matthews. Did you hear what Chris Matthews
He
said?
got a little sour on
Well,
Obama. The
I wrote
chill
it
ran up
down.
his leg before, but now it's not
I
running
wrote
up.
it down. He said
Okay, what'd you write
he
down?
does run the IRS. He runs the Treasury Department. He runs the United States government, and he is accountable for it. And this is nonsensical. That was Chris Matthews that said
So
that.
the groupies are starting to resign, Michael?
What's happening also is this thing with AP really slapped the media. They woke up with that.
They should.
They should wake
Now
up.
they're
Yeah.
like, are they listening to us too?
Yeah, because they were his biggest cheerleaders and defense.
Yeah.
Okay? But when it was shown that the AP was now being surreptitiously targeted, everybody across me said, wow, that could be me as well. In fact, if I had been talking to an AP guy when those lines were being tapped, monitored, whatever, they may have gotten me. Well, how far does that extend? If I'm talking to my broker
So
or
now-
my sister or whatever,
Yeah.
now that conversation, which has nothing to do with the news, is now being inspected by the government.
Yeah.
Where does that stop?
And
And when you then juxtapose the concept that the IRS will be the enforcement agency for the health care bill to follow, that changes everything more because now things are being funneled. IRS
this
will make-
is-
Morgan?
You guys don't be fooled, though.
They're very naive.
don't
Morgan,
be
tell us what's
fooled.
really happening.
I'm telling you right now, they may be angry about the AP thing. They may be angry they were spied upon, but they are in the tank
Oh, yeah,
for
of
Obama.
course they are.
They are. You guys don't think they're going to switch gears in the middle of all of this. I'd love
But
for
is it
it to be
encouraging
true.
that ABC
Yes, it
did some-
is. Yes, it is. It is, and I'm happy to
But they're
see
gonna
that.
stay in the other
But
camp.
they're
So
just
therefore,
not
let me
gonna
ask
turn.
you. So
But
therefore,
then Dan Rather, too, called us obstructionists.
Yeah,
He called
they're
the
going
GOP
to start spinning.
obstructionists.
They're going to
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
spinning that it's
Yeah.
our fault and it's all politically motivated, and they're doing this for political
I
reasons.
think that Obama is panicking because of the Glazov gang and what we're saying on here.
course,
Now, with the
yeah.
few
They're
min-
panicking. The media is panicking. Obama's panicking because the media now has been awakened. They are irate because they've been lied to. That's the thing that's making
Right.
them angry. When you look at Jay
Okay.
Carney dance, where
Yeah.
all these
Wow.
things and lied to them
Okay.
right down the line, and then had these emails come forth and show chapter and verse, time, date, and place when lies occurred. Now the media's saying, wait a minute, what else are you lying to me about? And that's the beginning of
It sounds like a
problems for Obama.
relationship gone wrong.
But
you know,
why
when
do
you
they,
catch a
why
bite
do
in a
they
lie.
still not ask the tough question, though? Why do they still
Yeah.
not ask who put the stand down
Okay.
order? Who was it?
That's
No,
coming.
absolutely.
That's
Okay,
coming.
ladies and gentlemen, we're almost out of time. Nixon, evil man, Watergate. Ooh, what the media did with Nixon and Watergate. Evil.
Yeah.
But these three scandals, how do you measure it? Very briefly, when you think of Watergate and these three scandals right now, do you think that they're benign compared to Watergate or worse than Watergate? Our brilliant, beautiful, intellectual gangster, Anne-Marie Murrell. You were hoping I was going to say
Watergate.
that. So good.
Watergate was an office break-in. it was about a tape recorder. It was nothing compared to what we're seeing with Benghazi
Deaths.
and the IRS.
That's right.
Right, with the 4 dead people in Benghazi and the lies, the blatant lies. You can't get away with it. Whatever side of the fence you're on, they were lies. They were caught in lies, Democrats.
But if you're saying that, then you are implying that if Nixon was going to be impeached, then these are grounds for impeachment.
I don't want him impeached. I don't want him impeached.
You want him to suffer
I
slowly?
want them. No, I want them to be tried. I want to get to the bottom of Fast and Furious and Benghazi before they get impeachment. Will just be a distraction.
Okay, quickly, please, Michael. The comparison.
He's not going to be impeached, but what this is going to be a slowly expanding thing, because it's a matter of, it's like peeling the onion of more and more revelations.
Yeah.
Okay? Just that simple. Because as I said before, the media having been lied to, they're irate. And the issue with Nixon was not so much the break-in, but the cover-up. And there have been, how many cover-ups do you want to talk about? Right. And these cover-ups are now coming to light, and they're coming in droves.
But people died in Benghazi.
No doubt.
No
Right.
dies.
Yeah, they did. But
Morgan, last words go to you.
Here's the difference. In Watergate, we lived in a different world. This world that we live in today is fast. Stories are only, they have a very short shelf life, and people move on to the next and move on to the next. They don't really listen like you and I,
That's
like
true.
all of us listen to all of this stuff. So you know how the Obama spin machine will do. They'll think of another crisis to get you off of these 3. They will. And they'll think of something else and something else and something else. And then pretty soon people will be so overwhelmed that they'll tune it out. That's what I'm afraid will happen. But definitely this is way worse than Watergate, way worse. Because it is corruption at the deepest level. Who knows how many levels it goes?
On that profound and frightening note, join us for the second segment of the Glazov Gang when we will discuss Johar Tsarnaev leaving some very interesting notes on the boat in which he was hiding. We'll see you in our next segment. Good night.